Welcome back, everybody. Here, thankfully, to be a guest of the Colby-Sawyer Chargers women's basketball team. So, wanted to talk to them. They have some great local talent up here in New London. Starting off with Emily Leonard. She went to Pinkerton, so New Hampshire connection as well. Got to play some really important games there for the Pinkerton Astros, and now she's had a really strong start to her career here up at Colby-Sawyer. So, Emily, appreciate you guys having me here, first of all. Just anything you want to talk about, whether it was you starting off in high school and just knowing that you wanted to potentially play college basketball at some point.
Yeah, I didn't really know if I wanted to play basketball coming out of high school, but I still had reached out to a few coaches, one of them obviously being Coach Viola. That was kind of early on after my sophomore year. And throughout the recruitment process, he was really the main coach that I talked to. And I really just got a good vibe from him and all of my teammates that I have now. But yeah.
Cool. So did he explain to you like what your role would be on this team and kind of what he expected you to do for this team and how that might be a little different than Pinkerton?
Well, kind of through high school, the biggest thing I did was shoot threes. And he kind of told me that that's kind of what I would be doing here. But we had talked early on about how I wanted to start driving more, and I've been trying to do that at the start of the season through practice, but yeah, that's something I would be working on going forward.
You've had a very strong start to your career up here at Colby-Sawyer. What do you think has contributed to that?
Honestly, I think it's really just the environment I'm in. I have a lot of great teammates and people to look up to, and my coach is always very supportive and giving me lots of confidence, so I think that's the main difference.
Cool. Anything you want to add on for kids who are playing high school sports and might want to take that next step to college, just words of advice or anything like that?
I think the best thing to do is just try to find the right coach and don't force anything that's not there. I obviously didn't know if I was going to play in college, but I definitely found the right school and the right team to play with, so just stick with it.
Cool. Thank you, Emily. Here alongside Catherine Chick now. She's a junior this year. She went to Kennett High School and won a championship as well, which is pretty cool. So talk about your high school experience at Kennett.
It kind of just started off as like anyone would, trying out for varsity. Me being like one of the only freshmen to like get on varsity, I kind of just kept playing. I got Rookie of the Year my junior year, Most Improved Player my junior year as well. And then my senior year, after being in like the Final Fours and like being in the semifinals and stuff, we finally won a championship. My senior year, after like 10 years of my school like not winning one, like it was 10 years the last time before they won one, and then we won. And then, yeah.
Cool. Was there anything with COVID that changed the dynamic of your team, whether it be like the way you guys practiced, your summer off season, or stuff like that might have helped you to move forward, or was it kind of irrelevant to that?
I would say COVID kind of put a damper in things just because we weren't able to like practice every day. We were only able to do like certain things, and we weren't really playing a whole ton of games when COVID first started. And then like after COVID, when it was like still in the process, but getting towards the end when we had to wear masks and stuff, we were still playing, but it didn't really feel like high school basketball games.
Gotcha.
It kind of just felt like we were just playing to play.
Definitely different without the crowd. So you decided you wanted to play at college, in college at some point, and you had to pick from some different schools. What was it about Colby-Sawyer that made you want to come here?
It was the small environment and like the small class size. I'm not someone that likes to be a part of like something huge. So the small class environments, them having a really good business program, because that's my major, and then just this team, like reading about it and then like meeting some of them when I came for orientation, I was like, why not just try it? And then when Tim reached out when he was turning over to be the new coach, we had like individual calls over the summer and like just talking with him to get to know him, and then him getting to know me. I was like, yeah, this is definitely like a team that I want to be a part of.
Cool. So what has your role been on this team over the years?
I've kind of just been an Energizer bunny, I guess you could say. I've kind of just been up for being put anywhere. I've been like a forward guard. I've kind of been put wherever, and I just do what I can out of them.
That's good. And what's your favorite part now about being a part of this group here in your junior year? You guys have a group with a lot of New Hampshire talent and a lot of talent, period, and a chance to do something special this year.
I definitely think it's just learning more about everybody, being able to be a part, and like knowing that everybody can do something. And it's not like you're specifically tied to a certain thing.
Okay. Thank you. Here with Tanner Drury now. She started off in Vermont, decided to come to New Hampshire to play here at Colby-Sawyer for college. So just starting out, like, what was it about Vermont basketball that might be a little bit different than New Hampshire, and how'd you enjoy it there?
Vermont basketball growing up was actually very fun. I enjoyed it a lot, just being in that atmosphere. But I think choosing to come to New Hampshire to play basketball, I really just liked Colby-Sawyer's campus a lot. So I decided to kind of reach out to Coach and decide to play basketball here as well.
Cool. So you've been here for a little bit now, and you've gotten the chance to see what it's like. What do you think about college basketball, New Hampshire basketball? Any thoughts on any of that or your conference?
I think college basketball is totally different than high school basketball, especially being from a D3 school in Vermont where there wasn't much competition. I think really like the defensive switch is way more intense than in high school, and I kind of had to adjust to that a lot.
Do you see more like aggression and press defense and stuff like that you might not have seen before?
Definitely.
Okay, cool. So is there any favorite opponent that you guys like to play, like a good rival?
I think definitely NEC is one of our rivals, them being 30 minutes away from us.
Right.
But basically any GNAC foe, I think, is like kind of a rival because you want to get to that championship at the end.
Right. So you were out for some of the year last year with illness, and then you returned this year. Is there anything that changed with you when you were able to kind of see more of a coach's perspective of not playing as much last year?
Yeah, last year with my illness, I kind of had to cheer from the bench, and then at the end of the season, I kind of got more minutes being kind of that Energizer bunny, trying to hit threes off the bench. But this year, I've kind of changed my role into being like the point guard and trying to find opportunities for my teammates more.
Cool. So anything that you've really enjoyed? Is there a favorite moment from a game this season?
My favorite game was probably Fitchburg State because there were at least 4 of us that scored in double digits, and I think we played really well as a team during that game and kind of showed us what we can do and what's possible.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Here alongside Taylor Fellows. Taylor, anything new since we last talked? Now you're actually here at Colby-Sawyer playing for this team. It seems like a special group that everybody is friends. They enjoy it here. Anything you want to start out with?
Yeah, just the environment's really good. All of my teammates are awesome, very supportive, and I think we've built a pretty strong connection throughout the past couple months.
Cool. So do you have like a favorite memory as a group on a road trip?
Definitely going to New York as a team to play in our Thanksgiving tournament. We got the chance to play the #1 team in the country, which was awesome, and get to see like the level of play that they were at, and just to try to like see as a team like where we want to be and like all the kinds of actions that we want to produce in the future going into like the tournament.
Cool. So is there a favorite game or a favorite team win that really sticks out to you this year?
I don't know, just like getting the opportunity to play all like the higher level teams, even though like the score doesn't really show what we do or like how the game really went. I think like getting good looks and good actions out of like against like teams that are at the higher level, it's cool to see and like see what we can actually do.
Cool. So do you have any advice to whoever that kid is who's playing middle school basketball right now, watching the high school varsity, thinking about playing high school ball and then eventually maybe college?
Yeah, just keep working hard at like your skills and stuff, and even if you have like setbacks and things like that, just keep working. If you like want to play at that next level, like it's definitely possible. Reach out to a bunch of coaches, and you'll find the right school for you.
Cool. Thank you, Taylor. Alongside Lauren MacDonald now, she wrapped up with Winnisquam, and then she transferred at the middle of last year to come here to Colby-Sawyer. So starting out with Winnisquam, you ended up to be an excellent player there and showed that you could definitely be a college basketball player at some point after you were done there. So anything on Winnisquam that you want to talk about before we get into college?
Yeah, going into my junior and senior year, I didn't even know if I was going to pursue basketball in college. And my senior year, I really was not very confident in myself towards the end. But I was reached out to by Coach Viola, of course, and that kind of put a spark into me just playing basketball in general and reaching out to a bunch of other coaches. And I decided to go somewhere else, but I ended up coming here anyways because it just was the right fit. And I don't know, like now just being settled and everything, definitely looking back on my high school career, the ups and downs and everything helped me be a better person on and off the floor. So it really just, it definitely made its mark. And I'm glad for everything that happened and being here now and being able to show my true potential as the years go on.
Is there anything different about your perspective now compared to a year ago, and now that you've gotten to kind of have like the fall and gotten the feeling of what it's like for college basketball year round?
Yeah, definitely. It was a little adjustment for me. I always try my best to be one of the hardest workers out on the floor. So like that still is the same for me. But I think being settled now and really getting to know everybody better, now that I've been able to be with them all, has helped me take myself to that next level as a human being, just knowing I can trust them with anything. If I ever need anything on or off the floor, they're there to help me. Just being close with them is even better than it was last year when I first got here. So really just the team environment is just awesome now that I'm really settled in.
Cool. So in terms of like favorite games or favorite memories?
I'm going to copy Taylor on this one. I really liked going to NYC over Thanksgiving. We got to do a lot of fun stuff there. We had some great opportunities to play some teams. We got to watch a G League game. A few of us thought it'd be funny to film a vlog, so we did that too. That was pretty awesome. But yeah, just being able to play higher level teams to see what it's like, and being able to hopefully get there someday is really awesome to be around.
Is that vlog going to be released anywhere on Colby-Sawyer social media?
Maybe. It's been edited. It's like 10 minutes long. It's pretty funny. I don't know. Maybe I'll post it on TikTok or something. Maybe YouTube if I'm feeling like, we'll see.
Cool. So yeah, you guys have had a decent season so far. Now you're just getting into conference play. That's really where things start to matter. Any mentality things that you're like, we got to really do well on this stuff to have a good chance this year?
Yeah, definitely putting our nose to the grind and playing good defense, offense, running in transition, doing everything we can to make each other's lives easier on the court. Sharing the ball definitely is a big one. Passing up good shots for great shots is something we say a lot. Definitely just making sure that we give everything we can when we're on the floor and doing our best to keep our heads high when things get tough.
Cool. So after you graduate, do you want to do something that applies to your major? Do you want to do something in coaching? You can talk about either one.
Yeah, right now my major is education with a minor in psych. So I plan on being an elementary school teacher. I've always loved helping kids and everything like that. So that kind of naturally drew to me, but I also love sports. I played 3 sports in high school and I'm going to do 2 sports here at Colby-Sawyer. So really just carrying that after in my future, being a teacher, but also being a coach is something I definitely look forward to. Over winter break, I had the pleasure of helping out my high school team in their Christmas tournament and being able to do stats, be an assistant coach, really do everything I can to help them push themselves to be better. It was just awesome to see. So definitely looking forward to that in the future, not only as an educator, but also as a coach.
Cool. Thank you, Lauren. Alongside Elyza now, she went to Keene. She has gotten to play here for a while now. This is her senior year of playing here. So anything about high school basketball and how that led to college?
Originally, I wasn't sure that I was going to be playing basketball in college. I was kind of in between soccer and basketball. And then when COVID happened, our seasons got all messed up. So recruiting was kind of difficult for me. But when I decided I kind of wanted to go to a D3 smaller school, I started reaching out to the schools I had applied to, and I came here for my visit, and the coach at the time took me on the tour, and I met some of the girls in the locker room, and it just seemed like a really good group to be a part of. So yeah.
All right. And now that you've been here, has your perspective on anything changed? You've gotten to grow into this leadership role, and you have a different team around you now, obviously, than when you first started.
Yeah, so at the beginning, I was one of, I think, 3 freshmen who came in, and the other 2 were injured for most of the season, so I kind of felt like I was, in a sense, I was kind of alone as a freshman on the team, but the girls really brought me in really well and made me feel like a part of the family. And then when we had a coaching change, we were all surprised, but over the summer when we got on the phone call with our coach, Tim, now, I just knew that the team was going to continue to head in the right direction. And I'm just so happy that our coach has brought in girls who have kept the culture and everything positive and in the right direction.
You talk about culture. What is the Colby-Sawyer culture like?
I think it's more of like family. Like, we're kind of in the middle of nowhere, and going off, like, we'd have to drive to Leb and Concord to really go do things. So we kind of find our people here on campus.
All right. And then just in terms of like this team, the opportunity you have in front of you here for your last year playing, is there any main points of emphasis of anything you want to discuss?
Honestly, I just want to leave the team kind of better than how it was when I got here. I feel like I've put a lot of pressure on me and the people around me to, like, we have to win all the time. But honestly, at the end of the day, it's about like having fun and like being better than who we were.
Do you have any advice for younger athletes?
Keep working, reach out, ask like for specific points of improvement, have one-on-ones with coaches if you can, and just keep working hard.
All right. And then last thing, what do you want to do after you graduate? Do you want to get into coaching or do something?
I am part of the nursing program here, so I'm not sure if coaching is going to be in the cards, but I'm also trying to get my coaching certificate through the school. So we'll see what my options are after graduation.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you to Coach Tim Viola and the Colby-Sawyer Chargers for having me. Good luck the rest of the season. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video to help me expand my local sports coverage. Thank you.